I'm doing this again. First of all, I'm going to ask him the second question. The last time the second question has provoked the elder vampire to attack me. I can only ask one out of those two questions. Otherwise, I'm dead.
Etzelthi, laut mi ama. You live. Barely. You're not attacking. That mean you'll hear me out? Perhaps. Speak.
What did you do to Regis?
What? What's with Regis? Nothing. He sleeps. Will you wake him? Perhaps not. You were to speak, not question. Speak or die.
Okay. Hear about Deathloaf.
Hear about Deathloaf. I know who he is. What of him? He's sicked a swarm of lesser vampires on the city. I have to stop him. But I do not.
Help me, and I'll return the favor. Innocence in dying, Deathloaf spells trouble for you. Help me, and I'll return the favor.
Help me, and I'll return the favor. You help me? How? Depends on you. I'm not just some human. You are no one. I ask for the last time. Why should I care about Deathloaf? Why should I help you?
Deathloaf spells trouble for you.
Sooner or later, Deathloaf will bring trouble. Serious trouble. How? As Kagmar brought trouble before. Folk will take him down, eventually. Might need a year, or two, or a decade, but they'll find a way. And then they'll go after other vampires. And eventually, they'll find you. And I should fear death? No. But that'll be the end of your peace, your quiet. Knights errant, mages, they'll come here day in, day out. One already managed to teleport here. Others will follow, you can be sure. You'll kill them, of course, so they'll flood these caves, or bring in sappers from Mahakam and collapse them. No. This place must be secure. The gate. What is your plan?
Deathfall has to die.
Deathloaf must die. I will not kill one of my own.
We ask only that you summon him. We shall see to the rest.
If you drink from him,
I will be anathema, this I know. And still, I ask you to summon Deathloaf.
Where?
Teshem Mudna.
Go. Once I sense you there, I will summon Deathloaf.
I thank you.
Leave me.
Very interesting vampire indeed. Surprisingly, Witcher never got a contract to kill him. It probably would have been the end of him.
That went better than I expected it would.
Better, you kidding?
Think that went better than... You kidding? I'd have been dead on the spot if not for my slowed metabolism.
And yet you survived, though you are risking your life. The question is, why? This contract, it goes well beyond what witches customarily handle. I cannot abandon the matter, for Detlef and I are bound by blood, but you could simply walk away. So why, my friend? Why stay and risk your hide?
Ha, for the reward.
Same reason as ever. For the reward.
You believe it will be worth all this?
Better be.
All unseen elders like that?
All your unseen that... welcoming.
No, they vary. Some are conceited, others imperious, but most can be reasoned with. But him... It was clear each word was a great effort. Interacting with others, it seems, it causes him physical pain.
Never entered my mind that the conjunction of the spheres was also a cataclysm for you, for...
Monsters? No euphemism required, you needn't seek one. I dare say it was worse for us. You arrived by the thousands, we were but a handful. Not much choice, assimilate with you, or shut ourselves off from the world, like him.
Think you will all ever be able to go home?
Cave I was tossed into. That where the gate between worlds is?
In a sense, yes. Just slammed shut, sealed tight.
Think it'll ever open again? Think you'll be able to go home?
I sincerely doubt it. And I think, in truth, the Elder knows that as well.
So why would he stay down there? What's the real reason?
To stay with the gate analogy, no door is ever completely impermeable. Smells come through, for instance. And when the wind rises, some dust might be blown through the cracks. A palpable trace of things on the other side. It's not much, but it is something.
What are your feelings?
And you? How do you feel now, where you are?
Geralt, imagine the least comfortable situation you could ever find yourself in. What would it be? I don't mean a moment of pain with death knocking at your door. Just a circumstance of great unease.
All right. In that case, a court banquet. Gotta show up in hose and a tight doublet. Gotta smile at everyone and engage in vacuous conversation. While Dandelion sings a ballad about me and Yennefer for all to hear.
Very well. Now imagine you're stuck there. Not for an hour, not for an evening, but for all time. And should you fall out of character for but a moment, should you so much as scratch yourself where the stitching chafes, all around you will scream, "Monster, monster!" and they'll turn on you and tear you to shreds.
Sounds... tiring. Damn tiring.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Detlef, time to face him.
Time to summon Detlef.
Yes, high time. Do you wish to go to Tesha Mutna right away?
Let's go. Want to get this over with.
Let's get this over with then.
Nice place.
Isn't it? Offers a lovely view of the valley. On a clear day, you can see the outlines of Duntine.
Shame the reason why we came here.
Yes, quite the shame.
You angry that I didn't freeze Sayana?
You angry with me? For not freeing Siana? For not trying to resolve this peacefully?
A bit. Though, perhaps I was fooling myself, latching onto the notion because I badly wished to believe there was some way to fix everything. However, matters have simply gone too far. I must come to terms with that.
Unseen Elder, let him know we have arrived.
Regis, let the Unseen Elder know we've arrived. Have him summon Deadloff.
They still call him Unseen Elder, as if he doesn't have a name.
Hinthial Jesu Themias.
Finally, that got him out of his cave at least. She can feel him. Bruxa. Everybody can feel him.
Didn't manage to find me, so you forced a meeting. Why?
You know why.
I've tired of guessing your human thoughts. So articulate them or leave me be.
Ha! The attacks in the city stop them, you have to. We're here to kill you.
Came here to kill you.
Brief and to the point. How refreshing.
He's standing with me.
Well then, try Witcher.
That was awesome, I like that. Ah. Looks like our vampire friend wants to show us that he's a match for this beast that we are about to kill. Hopefully, he wasn't wrong about that. That love has incredible influence. If he managed to attack the city, but he had a lot of power to summon other vampires. And guess what? He paid for it. Now, he stopped Witcher from killing Deadloff and almost died himself. What a fool he was after all. Wow. What was that? He mutated. After all.
Acknowledge ignorance. Start praying now.
What you got? That's some beautiful attacks right there. they've got there. Take that. Can't land. Then that will make things very difficult for me. Lie on the ground so that I could throw everything I've got. Ooh, he's launching that attack once again. That's my ability here. Okay, he got the little time. Only when he gets tired enough. Am I able to? Kill him. Be attacked on the ground, that's what I need. As you can see, he's not really. So, can I can hit him. Not being effective. I need something else. I do not believe that the by much right there. Look at that. I cut these things off. Now you're dead. Look at that. He's turned into. I wonder why the bite wouldn't make a Witcher into some kind of a Witcher vampire. And what's that all about? A spawn? No, another mutation it seems. No, that is unbelievable. Could that be really that laugh? That was the most interesting ability I've seen so far. Okay. So it seems you can spawn from this egg. Attacking even further. Just like that. Can he be frozen? Simply but those eggs. Alright, another one. It looks like he can create this massive zone for himself, but he can consistently spawn himself back. I'm going to wear something a little different so that I wouldn't be affected by some inability to fight. Alright, I'm moving. I should just burn him. He won't be affected. Like that. That's why. I see you. Yes, it's one of the most interesting beasts I've had so far. And this one overall isn't taking that much damage at all. Oh. Done. Another one. Now it looks like just another patch. And the patch takes damage. Then that left itself takes damage too. I need to continue burning them. Look at that, what's inside of this? I think it's one of these warriors out there. He's almost dead. I just need to get to the heart right now. That's it. There's nothing else left. This side's his. Stronger form. But I've managed to cut him in half. That was a lesson for you. Looks like he's healing.
Leave him to me. Be gone.
I can't let...
I insist.
Look at that, he managed to connect his own body back. Absolutely incredible. He's gone to that last one. Maybe that made him as powerful as that laugh, who knows? Now that was a really good fight right there. Hmm. 2 weeks later.
My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
Shut up. I look like a twit.
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available, and according to the best tailoring practices. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies in beauty, never in refinement.
Not about the debate taste. Used to wearing something different. However, I'm not about to debate taste.
Rather not bicker about taste. Don't like to. It's neither interesting nor productive.
This particular Witcher has an inborn intolerance for formal occasions. Yet he's to attend just such an event shortly. I expect that's the source of his prickliness. So try not to take things personally, Master Taylor. Rather pity him. For in truth, stage fright overwhelms him. He trembles at the thought that he has no notion how to behave in the presence of Her Grace's Majesty.
As well he should. All that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor, the Order of Vitis Vinifera, demands appropriate attire. The Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis on form, virtuous tradition, etiquette.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality and misplaced generosity.
Can I sense that philosophical mood coming on?
Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis. That because they refuse to buy you a new outfit?
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Why not?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings instead. I trust you'll join me later, once you're richer by a medal and a fascinating new experience.
Count on it.
Reminds me.
Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just keeps coming up.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory, after all we've revealed?
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising pure logic. Siana planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a 5th victim. One the gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Siana's in the palace. Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her in a tower.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat with that boot-cleaning urchin. He was the one to pass the victims' names to Detlef. Perhaps we missed something.
You're not right. Need to talk to the bootblack. Let's go. I mean, you're right. Not bad as ideas go. Talking to the bootblack lets me there. No point investigating any further. How do you know the bootblack delivered the letters?
Regis, Bootblack didn't say anything about making deliveries when we talked to him. How do you know he handled the letters?
While you basked in glory and tried on new formal wear, I conducted a little investigation of my own. You'd be very proud to see how I conducted myself. I began by concocting an ample supply of boot wash for our enterprising young friend. I'd observed that among street folk, amidst their society as a whole, reciprocity takes precedence over all other codes, and thus no good deed goes unrewarded. Of course, the same holds true for malicious or destructive deeds.
The letters, what's the connection?
When the bootblack arrived to collect his bucketful, he hinted he knew more. Simply put, we'd failed to ask the proper questions when we chatted earlier. It took a bit more tongue-loosening, but ultimately he spoke. He admitted he'd handed Detlef the letters. He knew this information was valuable to me. In providing it, he was simply repaying me.
You're right. Need to talk to the bootblack. Let's go.
All in all, why not check up on that? We'll go together, assuming we're done here.
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my handiwork at the ceremony with the dignity it is due. Or if you will first destroy it, crawling about the city's underbelly.
Promise to be careful.
And so it seems that the city has recovered from the attack.
Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffy? Dirty boots are a stain on professional dignity, you know. Step on up.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again? Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your boots shanked while we jabber?
Guess they could use a spit and polish.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
Clean boots, clean soles. A fine slogan.
Ha! How's business?
How's business?
Well enough. I can't complain. Though it'd be even better were certain folk to sit down for a shine as they stood and chatted.
Letters you delivered, remember them?
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters, remember?
Why, of course. I'm young, got a mind like a steel trap, but...
If you're about to tell me this information will cost me, forget it. How'd you get those letters?
Beggars brought them.
Why did you tell us before?
Why didn't you tell us this before, when we first talked?
You didn't ask about beggars now, did you?
Beggars, who were they?
Beggars. Tell us more about them. How many were there?
Why, 4. 1 for each letter.
Just 4? Sure you didn't get a 5th?
I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others had no boots at all. Oh, I know! They all had no home!
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Now think hard.
Remember what they looked like? Where did the beggars get the letters from?
Where'd they get the letters? They picked them up? Get them from someone?
I don't know. They'd come, hand me a letter, and walk away. I asked no questions.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of that bootshine for you. But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we find the beggars?
Well, at the shelter, most like.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's just round the corner. Up those stairs, then right.
Thanks, kid. For your trouble. We must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
Let's move on then.
Witcher.
Here's the shelter right
Move
there.
your little camp elsewhere, got it?
There's
This is
some
a
more.
decent district. We need no filth folk bumming about.
Gentlemen, there's no need.
You? What do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other means of persuasion now.
Gentlemen, calm, please.
Either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience is gone. This place is no longer a rank refuse dump.
Scram! Decent folk live here.
What's the harm in them living here?
The shelter, them living here, bothers you. Question is why?
Look, Ballard. Another defender of the poor. Fighter for justice.
Damn nuisance. We've our women and young folk living next door, when even grown men fear to walk past such rabble.
Meaning you are decent?
Decent folk you mention. Mean yourselves.
Why? Do you doubt it?
Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois? He poking insults us on our own turf.
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his own.
And so let's do it. Oh,
I lent you coin for wine.
did missed a hit there. Oh, those guys look tough. Real tough, in fact. He blocked another hit. The other bandit didn't. Finally.
All right. I can take a hint. Come, time to go.
I thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me blue had you not come along. I'm grateful. Immensely.
What did they want from you?
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. They dislike that I help the beggars. I do not oppose going elsewhere, were we to have somewhere to go. But you've come with a problem, have you? My turn to aid you.
What is this place?
What is this place? Poorhouse?
You could call it that. They come here to rest and eat a hot meal.
You help them, why?
Because they need help.
Need some information.
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the boot black in Rue de Gare.
The boot black. A feisty lad. I know him.
Any of your, wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
All beggars will be here?
Sure all your usual beggars will be here?
They're not obliged to come, of course. But they rarely find a decent meal elsewhere. So, almost all in the area eat here.
Thanks, we will wait.
Thanks, we'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
A few hours later.
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve this soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold. And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the bootblack. I know this.
Does anyone know what the gentleman means? Go on, speak up. Romain?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters. We all swore.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you delivered it, right? Good work, Romain. Thank you. Who else?
I got one too. Gave it to the bootblack. And Freshie, he got one. But he can't tell you, as he's not here.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barnabas.
Give me that letter.
It's a matter of importance to the duchy. Hand it over, or I'll take it from you, plain and simple.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it. That is what she said, and she was frightening.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not keep the promise you made.
All right, take it. I didn't want to see the bootblack anyways. It's always muddy there.
Damn it.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well, well. I must say, even I did not expect this. This time you will see to our Duchessa. It seems we underestimated Siana rather grossly.
Judging by this, Detloff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
Complete the puzzle for you.
Puzzle complete now.
Alas, the matter's ceased to be a tantalizing brain tease and has turned incredibly grave. We've proof of a plot to assassinate Toussaint's ruler. We've proof of a coup d'etat.
Last victim, the Duchess.
Duchess was to be Detloff's last victim. Siana planned it from the start.
Indeed. The logical conclusion, Geralt.
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous, vengeful beast. Obscured the victims' links to Siana, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for last.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died for her sins. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof of a lack of compassion.
Why would Siana murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power? From an inborn penchant for evil?
Yes, yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you could always ask her yourself.
I think it's a good idea.
Think it's a good idea? After all, we foiled her carefully planned scheme. Think she'll even want to?
Talk to you? Would it harm you in any way to try?
Certainly not.
Some philosophers think empirical examination the sole path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps Siana locked up.
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to protect her subjects from a criminal. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before a court of law. I'd need to get past some guards to see her.
Coming with?
Coming with?
Of course not. I shall await you at Mare la Chaise-Longue. I'll not risk entering the palace after Dettlaff and his minions rampage. Besides, I vastly prefer the company of a simple mug of mandrake brew to that of the Duchess's vile sister.
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate Sienna.
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind, but I admit I could not vouch for my behaviour in her presence. She treated Dettlaff cruelly, caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that? No, Geralt. I will not go with you. I will await you at the cemetery.
Okay.
No two ways about it.
Let's see where exactly I need to go. So it seems I just have to run through the entire city if I wish to talk to Sienna. I don't see why I wouldn't do this. It would be very interesting to know her motives.
Would you squeeze my cluster?
Oh yeah, I would. I certainly, definitely, undoubtedly would. It's a quiet night out there.
Stocks and the whip await those running riot.
Ah, still thugs are all over the place here.
Oh no.
A dog.
If you think killing the beast gets you in for free, you're very, very wrong.
Okay. I'm sure I can see the castle already there. And that means we'll be at the location in no time.
Oh, here he comes! A hero! Geralt's dream!
I won't go! I simply won't do it!
It looks like the soldiers already know me. And we're crossing the bridge into the castle. And now we're inside. I'm sure we'll have to get into the jail or into some kind of a secluded area of the castle where she's being held. But we'll get to her. I wonder if we'll be able to free her, or if we'll have to free her. Yes, we've got in without any kind of attention from the guards. Nobody's guarding this place whatsoever.
Halt!
Need to see Sienna, urgently.
In the matter of?
She's suspected of planning the Duchess' assassination. I'll talk to her, plain and simple. I'm going to lie, this sounds like a true excuse.
Need to interrogate her. New facts have come to light. Need them explained. Seems she was planning your Duchess's assassination.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission, but only for a few minutes.
Promise to be brief.
Okay. It looked like that has worked just fine. I'm surprised that there's only one guardsman guarding her.
The witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
And so it seems that it wasn't just one, however three.
Hey, Sienna. Sorry to intrude, but I gotta ask you something.
I've
Isn't
nothing
that
to
much
say
more?
to you. You're the one who put me in here. Have you forgotten?
Sure, but you are here. So what's the harm in talking? Got something better to do?
What do you want?
Be brief.
This place, not that bad as a prison cell.
This cell, downright cozy. Second time you've been incarcerated in altogether pleasant conditions. Always seem to land on your feet.
I wouldn't say that. I get no privacy here. But it is clean, because I cleaned it.
They do say cleaning can be relaxing.
It isn't. It's a horrible, thankless task. But I'm not one to leave anything undone. For instance, before I left Nazaire, I also tidied my room. Even made my bed. I knew I'd never return. But I despise leaving unfinished business. Messes. Loose ends.
Dogged determination. Guess that's admirable.
I was praised for it as a little girl. Only for that, in fact.
Met some beggars, learned something interesting.
Went to a place where Beauclair's beggars congregate. Found proof that you'd planned your sister's demise. Anna Henrietta. She was Detloff's ultimate target from the start. Your target.
Bravo, Witcher. I congratulate you on your deductive reasoning skills. But what I'd planned has nothing to do with you.
Wrong. Has everything to do with me.
You were hired to kill the beast. Said beast is dead. So go collect your metal and leave me alone. Why must you meddle in everything?
Detloff wasn't the beast. Like to understand what's going on.
Just like to know what's going on around me. Can't stand confusion, unexplained situations.
Have you come to ask me what drives me? What my motives are?
Don't care about your excuses. Let me hear it.
Actually came hoping to learn something. It's clear you were out for vengeance. Against those who drove you from the palace? Curse of the Black Sun. That was their reason, right?
It's certainly what they claimed. They said I was dangerous. A mutant. Knights, Crespi, Dulac, Delacroix, and Peyrac Peyran. They got the task of whisking me away, abandoning me outside the duchy's borders.
They were following orders.
So they were, though they did so eagerly. Especially when I tried to flee. Crespi beat me unconscious with a whip. The others stood by and watched. Peyran found ample opportunity to take his frustrations out on me, while Dulac and Delacroix insulted me, mocked me. I swore then I would never forget. I would find them all.
Okay, I understand.
Explains a bit. A lot. You had a right to feel rage, resentment. But those motives aren't enough to justify the means you chose.
I didn't expect you to understand. I need no sympathy. Not from you, not from anyone. I regret nothing. If I could turn back time, I'd not decide otherwise at any juncture. They all deserve to be punished. My sister most of all.
Enough. Your visit's done.
Ah, thank the stars.
Commander de la Tour would like to see you. Shall we go at once?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Want to see him too. Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
Huh. Don't look too good.
Your face doesn't look good. What the hell happened?
The city was attacked. Surely you don't imagine I could stand and watch it all from some ivory tower.
Fifth victim. Know who it was supposed to be.
Got some important information. Anna Henrietta was supposed to be Detloff and Sienna's 5th victim.
You are certain of this?
Completely. Found proof.
Inconceivable. How could she? The murders, the mayhem she brought down on the city, were they not enough? She sought to strike down her own sister, her liege. Traitor. I must alert my men. Enlarge the Duchess's honor guard. Make certain Sylvia Anna is closely watched during the questioning. I'll see to it personally. I thank you, Witcher, for alerting me, and I appreciate your attentiveness. Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me. The Duchess awaits.
Let's do just that.
In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Tucson's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May this symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Son Real, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table. The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
Can't wait, truly honored. Got bad news. Sienna was about to kill you. Well, you know what, I'll just say I'm truly honored.
Feels like a second distinction. I'm honored. Thank you.
I trust you shall make good use of it.
What I should say during a ceremony. And she already knows that her sister wanted to kill her. I have no doubts about that.
In a moment I shall speak to Sienna. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet you also showed me her horrendous deeds. As head of state, I must judge her fairly. But she is my sister. Thus my heart bleeds for her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
The Duchess asked me to stay.
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister, and my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial. I shall now hear what he has to say.
Sienna should be punished like any criminal. The good for the duchy, that's what matters most. I say that Sienna should be punished like any criminal.
No matter the mitigating circumstances, whatever they may be, Sienna is a criminal and should be tried as such. And punished as such. Her guilt is clear.
Your words sadden me greatly, Witcher. But I cannot deny their logic. Sienna, you shall be tried and given a fitting punishment. Yet we shall never cease to be family. As Duchess, I shall have to judge you. But as your sister, I shall never stop loving you. Will you forgive me?
She's probably going to kill her.
I shall never forgive you.
Exactly what I was expecting. And now they don't have a Duchess. How unfortunate. Maybe she was expecting that the sister is going to kill her. Maybe she just couldn't live with it. Live with the fact that her sister would be punished by law. Because you know, the Duchess was kind of bound to no law. And so her family, I guess. Now this is 2 weeks later.
Need some flowers, a wreath, or...
I've none. Sold everything. I was just on my way out. No sense hanging about with nothing to do. Should come as no shock, sir. Had the funeral, folk took it all. Men, women, children, all wished to lay a bouquet on the Duchess's grave. Windflowers, peonies, gladioli. But she liked common roses best. I know, her ladies-in-waiting would come here at times. I'd choose the loveliest blooms for her. Fragrant, big petals, the kind that last a long time. I've still not come to terms with it. To be killed by her own sister. How could it happen?
I let the Duchess down. Never thought Sienna would be so unrelenting. Anna Henrietta was too trusting. I'll go with Anna Henrietta was too trusting.
Anna Henrietta wanted to believe there was still hope for Sienna, that she'd show remorse. She reached a hand out to her. Too soon. Too trusting.
Oh, I know you. You're that Witcher from the north. The one that saved us from the beast.
Mm-hmm. Could say that.
Wait here. Take these.
Thought you were out of flowers.
I put a bouquet aside. I was to take it to her myself. But you have it. I know you held the Duchess dear.
How much do I owe you?
Not a copper. Keep your coin and raise a toast in her memory tonight.
Do just that. Farewell.
Place flower of Anna Henrietta's grave. Okay. It looks like there's going to be a grave in the city itself, so we won't have to travel far. That's fine. Let's go and place some flowers there.
The Witcher's not nearly as nasty as they make him out to be.
Hopefully. The Empire here won't go into civil war without her.
Witcher, I was certain you'd departed.
Couldn't. Anna Henrietta was...
wondrous. Beautiful. Good. The best ruler one could hope to have. Yet I let her down.
Don't blame yourself. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Don't blame yourself.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one expected Sienna to do that, persist to the end. And none of us did anything to stop her. 'Cause there was nothing we could do.
I suppose you are right. But when someone so beloved dies, one cannot help but search one's soul for blame. And even the hardiest knights grow faint-hearted then.
Come to pay my respects. Bid the Duchess farewell.
White roses. They were her favorite. Go inside then. She lies in the ducal crypt. In one room with her murderer. Despite my protests.
What? Who decided that?
The Regent's Council. A pack of old men who've statutes and codices for hearts. Ducal blood flowed in Sienna's veins, and she was never legally disinherited. So they ruled she should lie alongside Anna Henrietta.
Traditions. Sometime later at Ducal Crypt. Place flowers on both graves. Place flowers on Anna Henrietta's grave.
I regret it ended this way, that I failed to prevent it. Hope you can forgive me. Rest in peace.
Here's the vampire.
Stylish crypt, quite subdued. Yes, this is the kind of eternal resting place I dream of.
Moments like this, I never know if you're joking or serious.
Serious, Geralt, serious. It's remarkably peaceful, subtly charming to the hilt. A perfect match for the Duchess's dignity. Ah, you humans, you'll never cease to amaze me. To feel despair in the face of natural processes to which you are predestined.
Exactly.
I've come to take you from this place, my friend. Dare say you deserve a speck of respite after the mad whirl of the last few days.
All those deaths I failed to prevent. Feel pretty awful right about now. Can't help thinking I could have done more. Now Toussaint's left without a ruler, or more accurately, chaos rules here. Hand in hand with despair. Duchess won over people's hearts. All Beauclair now weeps for her.
A mass outburst of emotion. Well, it seems her subjects have adopted some of their recent ruler's traits.
Why the sarcasm? Thought you liked Donna Henrietta.
I did. And I do truly rue her passing.
Me too.
Then let us drink.
Thought you preferred complex solutions?
Always seemed to me you were a very complicated creature by nature. Not one to resort to such simple methods like drinking your worries away.
There exist worries for which they're quite simply, it's no other medicine.
Sienna wasn't bending.
Whatever you say about Sienna, you gotta admit, she was unbending.
That she was. I do admit it. Though, in her case, it would have been better if she had been a tad more philosophical, pausing from time to time to reflect on the propriety of her actions.
True.
How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavour profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
Right now, in the dark.
You decide to go root picking now? It's dark out.
Geralt, even were I generously to assume it had simply slipped your mind that I am a vampire and thus need no light to see, I'd never believe you had also forgotten that you likewise have absolutely no trouble seeing in the dark. So, shall we?
Fine, let's go.
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
Put on the mask and gloves. Okay, let's do just that. Quest items. Here's the mask. Right there. And here's the gloves.
The oh so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
This seems to me just a little bit suspicious. Right there. Maybe he's going to ambush me or something like that.
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire after all.
Use of witch sense.
Where'd you go?
Regis. Right there. Found his tracks.
Regis!
And so, I'll be going after him now.
Damn it, where'd you go?
What's that? Looks like they're all attacking. And it wasn't just one. There were a few of them here.
Those Bruxay. They called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or...
Won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink.
Alright, some time later, we're still drinking.
Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home. On the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
Think I'll settle down there for good. No, I was made to kill monsters, don't know yet. I was surely made to kill monsters.
No, just not the life for me. Sure, might stop by there occasionally, stay the winter, fill up on wine. But I'd rather keep moving. It's not a choice being a witcher. And once you are one, you're one for life. You can't just step off the path. Besides, plenty of work left for me in the world. Ghouls aren't gonna kill themselves.
Rather droll, isn't it, that each time we meet, something harrowing must happen? I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though.
Where will you go?
What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Interesting point of view.
Let us sit a while longer.
I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
Now, that's done.
Actually, I'd love to go home.
Let's see what we've got here with us. How we're going to look like. What about some fancy clothes? And that's all. I'm sure this looks just fine. Right there. Now, furthermore, I've looked into the secondary quest right here, and it seems that I can't prove my wisdom because I did some of those missions wrong. At least one mission where I choose the wrong, not the wrong, but like a different solution in the mission where I was hiding in a wardrobe and I had to choose between attacking the monster that was making that soup or trying to lift the curse. I'm sure that was the mission I was reading about, and so I chose like wrongly and did improve my wisdom, and so I won't be able to
a wish and a whack,
finish it. However, as far as I remember, I did wait there for a bit, and I did try to work it out, but it may be another mission
Master Witcher,
that I was
some
reading about.
unknown individual barged into the residence. I resisted as best I could, but to no avail.
Who is it?
Alas, they did not do me the basic courtesy of introducing themselves.
How intriguing. Who could that be?
Geralt, here at last.
Dandelion? What the hell are you doing here?
I'm not here. I'm a figment of your imagination, 'cause you really want me to be here. Brought you a housewarming gift. It's also an illusion. How do you like it?
Ha! A lot.
Makes you look dignified and manlier than in real life.
Does it? The painter's a friend of mine. Could be she gave me slightly broader shoulders? Well, I'm sure.
Don't doubt it. But didn't I see this painting at your place?
This is its perfect replica, and it's yours. To remember me by. Good. So, some important business. If anyone asks, I'm not here. Last time I was in Toussaint, enjoying myself, admittedly, Henrietta.
Dandelion.
That is, the Duchess.
Dandelion.
Got a bit carried away and banished me on pain of death. I wouldn't want...
Dandelion. Anna Henrietta. She's dead.
What? But... how?
Come on. Got a story to tell you for a change. Sadly, I couldn't stop Sienna. She killed her own sister. Just one small consolation. Sienna's dead too.
Is that so? Gods. What a terrible, terrible loss. She was the morning sun striking dew. Vibrant butterfly among dun moths. Should have ridden down here with you. Might have done something together to avert this. But I had my hands full back home.
What have you been up to?
What's new, old friend?
Everything's fine. Great. Thanks to you, I'm with a woman I'm entirely devoted to. Surrendered my heart to.
Didn't have all that much to do with that.
If you hadn't been there, Priscilla would have died a cruel death. And right about now, I'd be drowning my sorrows in some dive with piss-stained walls.
Hope she's better.
She had the best medics around. Wounds have all healed. She's confident, outgoing. She's got places to go and folk to see. And in the alcove. I mean, can you imagine she...
Dandelion, I can't imagine, and I won't.
All right, but your loss.
You and Zoltan still in business?
How's business? You and Zoltan still have your tavern? Or has he embarked on some new venture?
You know him. We'll share a jug of mead and he'll go on about some new plan he's got. Nothing ever comes of it. So, we're still there. Recently, we discovered Novigrad's largest wine importer was a lying cheat, watering down his wines, but so clever, you'd never taste the difference.
So how'd you figure out he was up to something?
This one day I was feeling down in the muck. Decided to lift my spirits by, well, getting a little drunk. Actually, replace a little with really. So I knocked back a bottle, nothing. Then another. Maybe a slight buzz.
Might not be a lightweight anymore. Could be those years of training have finally paid off.
Come on! It took me 5 bottles to start seeing double. I thought, might just be a weird day. So I tried the same thing the next morning. Exact same result. I told Zoltan. He tried it and confirmed my findings. So we decided to ask the importer some tough questions. The man cracked. I threatened to tell everyone about his trickery unless he gave me a discount.
What will you do now?
Plan to kick around Beauclair long?
I rode here with the specific intention of staying a while. Priscilla voiced no objections. But since my Honorarietta, that is, the Duchess, is gone, there's no point. She meant too much to me. Can't possibly walk these streets now knowing I'll never see her again.
See you later.
See you later, Dandelion.
See you, Witcher.
Now that that's done, it seems that there is nothing else left out there. Many completed quests, a few incompleted quests. Absolutely massive number of done quests. The treasure hunt that was stuck, however we did got the loot. We won't be able to finish this due to one of the missions that I did differently than I had to. In order for me to finish, there can be only one, and I'm not going to participate in the Gwen tournament. So I say that it's over.